You look at demand generation, it is the heart of B2B marketing, at least. And if you get that right early on, it brings scalability. So. Just here are some trends. And the smaller businesses, when they're starting out, the three things, if they're less than 50 million, that are important is, one, really trying to think through that buyer's journey versus, I got a product, let me just throw it out there. The more organizations do that, the more successful they are, because what happens is they have to build in a process. The second is, you and I have known each other a long time, and when you look at demand generation, it is the heart of B2B marketing, at least. And if you get that right early on, it brings scalability. So the systems, the processes, getting a good marketer to be able to do that has incredible feedback and impact on the business. And the third is sales execution. And the sales execution, very often in a small business, you can have a really good, energetic sales force that are cowboys and doing a lot of different things and getting good sales. But those that put in process first tend to really set the foundation for the future. Now when you look at the next, you got to go from 50 million to, let's say, 500 million, what do those organizations begin to do? You start to see another set of trends. Now, on the marketing side, the demand gen becomes more comprehensive. So the energy that we've seen in ABM is every organization has to deal with that. At the same time, a lot of organizations have to still do the marketing they were doing. So they have this value and volume set of marketing engines that have to kind of come together. It's very comprehensive. And actually, the ABM piece is really quite interesting because what it does is it improves the scalability from the aspect of sales velocity and also average selling price. Those two things really help quite a bit. The next thing you can see in that second area of growth for businesses is you start to see that their ability to deal internationally. Because they've grown here domestically, now all of a sudden they have to expand, they have to figure out how do I do that globally. And the more that organizations can focus on process, the better. It's sort of like I had a great boss once who I was trying to build a market organization. He said, get rid of the chart, just walk through what's the process that you need. If you do that globally, the org chart becomes pretty easy and actually much more integrated. And a lot of the European-based organizations have done this very, very well. You look at companies like SAP or Siemens,
Sure.
By the very nature, they've really done quite good. And the third thing that happens when those organizations are scaling is they suddenly have to reinvent their brand. Right, because think about that. You're going to be $500 million. Suddenly, you got to find ways in which that, now I've got a new product line. I've acquired a bunch of organizations. My brand is much more. I have to really think about that. And in all of those cases, it's content. They have to be really, really good at content. So anyway, those are just a few things that we see as we look at organizations, the scale that we see. If they're successful doing those, they tend to do pretty well as businesses grow.
This is near and dear to my heart from a sales and marketing perspective. How have you found organizations selling the idea of installing business process? Oftentimes, when we're in engagements, we see clients that are fumbling around with the process because it's not really a known or a tangible. Like how have you seen others do it successfully, just out of curiosity?
It's a great point and question, too, because process, when you start talking about process, it sounds kind of boring. Oh, great, super, this is terrific. Here come the engineers or the nerds. They're going to sort of, but the reality is that is what scalability is about.
Sure.
I mean, technology sits on process. If you don't have that,
it's a great point.
We have countless organizations that they've got all the greatest technology, but yet they have, frankly, really simple email systems and really simple measurement because they haven't taken full advantage of the processes that drive those. So those become really important. And the harder part about process is, frankly, the integration. It's been a great journey. Rich Eld and I started in 2001, and it's been a lot of fun. And the working with clients like yourself and others really have helped us build this business. The people in Sirius have been just a blast to work with. So I've got still a real passion for sales and marketing alignment.
Sure.
And actually, I'm gonna do some academia work. So I'm gonna look at doing some teaching. I also will still have my hand in research as a result of doing some of that teaching. Actually, I'm also working with my alma mater, I think, at college to put in a business analytics lab because schools just don't have those opportunities for students today.
That's terrific.
I've done a little mentoring with kids, and it's really rewarding. It's fun. So I'd love to find that the young minds that we're bringing into the B2B world are better prepared than they are today.
Absolutely. Huge opportunity for a feeder system there. So that's great work. That's great work. Well, thanks again, John, for having coffee.
You bet.
meeting up.
All right, thanks.